What's going on, everybody? It's Mac again. This is going to be my second kale harvest, and it's two reasons why I'm doing this today. One, I was able to make room in my freezer to where I can process these properly, and two, there are a lot more worms on this than anything. I think I picked about 35 worms, and there's 36 right there. Oh no, you're not getting away. Hold on a second. Get out of there. Can't have you eating more and more of my vegetables. Can't have that. This makes 36. Now, they already ravaged some of the kale plants so far. I didn't think that these type of worms will attack. I know they will attack, but for the last couple of years I've been growing kale, they hardly ever touched them. But this year they decided to make a smorgasbord out of my kale plant. So this will be my second harvest. So I might as well go and get started. So there'll be a lot less plant to plants transmission of these worms. And of course they're nice and big. See if there's any more worms on this. I don't see any so far. I noticed another thing too. The bigger leaves, the worms hardly ever get. It's only the young leaves that they tend to touch. So the older leaves, or more mature leaves, they leave alone. They probably just rest up there, and then they just make their way to the younger leaves, which is on the center of the plant. So I decided to go ahead and get them the day before I end up having pretty much kale plants or kale leaves that look like this. And another thing I forgot to mention in the first kale harvest, the leaves are nice and tender, which makes it easier to pull off without heavy damages to the plant. So if you saw my first kale harvest, you see that the main stem doesn't have too much damage on them. You see. And of course, after I pick all these, I'm going to have to really check all of the kale leaves and make sure I got all the worms off of them. And hopefully, around about a certain holiday, I'll actually have more than enough to cook. I'll make sure there's a worm in here. I think I picked it off already. And there you go. And this chair is about to give out on me. But on to the third plant. This one actually has two kale plants on the inside of it. I decided not to separate them because I didn't know if I was going to mess up the root or not. So I let them grow together. But in many cases, if you do grow kale plants in a bucket, it's a little bit wise and suggestive to plant one kale plant per bucket. Even though 2 would grow in the same bucket, it won't be as big. You'll still get production out of them. But during harvest time, you might have a little bit of complications. So. All in all, looks like everything is coming off pretty good. There were some worms on them. I picked them off earlier. And you can see the worms got to this one real bad. I think that was about 2 on this one, and they were pretty big, pretty fat. Don't know if there's any worms on that one. But yeah, about 36 worms. It could be more up there. They really can camouflage themselves really good, making them very difficult to spot. But usually when I see them, I pluck them off. I try not to use a whole lot of chemicals on my plants because some of the chemicals I'm pretty much allergic to, and it does make me sick. So I try to keep it as organic as possible. I know that some will probably be washed away with rain, but I don't trust it that much. So and move it on to the 4th plant. I don't see no worm on that one. Maybe because I got a big leaf. But if I work my way down, work my way up, actually, I probably might spot another worm somewhere. I don't see any. Just a whole lot of debris from other trees. I try to shake them off. So during the washing process, I don't have too much to do. And for those who don't know how to recognize that your plants have been infested with worms, the telltale signs are the worm castings. I try to keep it clean. The worm castings on this. Let's see if I can try to get in the sunlight. Guess I can't. There it is. There's some right there, and there's some on the bottom part of the stem. Get off me. Freaking biting finger. Alright. Oop. Chair fell down on me. Anyway. And I'll leave the rest of them to grow. And I'm gonna get the other 3 probably off camera because they have been ravaged by the worms, and you probably want to see them. Yeah, forget it. I'll get this one, and then I'll be done. And it looks like don't see any more worms on this one. They want this plant real bad too. But yeah, the plants are nice and big. And the first picking, I mixed them with some store-bought mixed greens like turnip and mustard greens, and I had them for Sunday dinner, and it was delicious. So I think the last two I'm gonna get off camera. But if you like what you saw so far, leave a like. You have questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. This is Mac, and I'm out.